Have you ever wondered if one ordinary person could really make a difference? On April 4th, 1975, a U.S. jet carrying 243 Vietnamese orphans crashed into the jungle outside Tan Son Nhut. A third of the children burned to death. Many of the remaining were critically injured. Soon after the crash, the Pentagon announced it wouldn't have the resources to rescue these children for 10 days. The world received the news, of course, with widespread sense of hopelessness, but one individual decided to take action. Robert Macauley, a paper broker from Connecticut, immediately chartered a Boeing 747 to rescue these young survivors, and within 48 hours, the children were safe in California, and you can see them on the slide here in this 747 those many years ago. What a lot of people didn't know is that Macaulay didn't have the $10,000 in the bank to cover the down payment for the aircraft, nor the $241,000 for the remaining balance. This was a minor detail to his philanthropic mind, so to cover his expenses, he took out a mortgage on his house. Later, his wife Leila would comment that it was a fair trade. The bank got the house, and Bob got the kids. Mr. Macaulay went on to found one of the largest and most charitable nonprofits in the world. But you know what? Despite the best efforts of great people like Bob Macaulay, disease persists. Suffering still happens. Kids go hungry, don't they? The traditional model of giving just isn't working at the level that we need it to. So what else can we do? I'd like to introduce you to a very unique concept called social entrepreneurship. The greatest example of social entrepreneurship is Tom's Shoes. For every pair of shoes purchased, Tom gives away a pair of shoes to children without shoes. And they've achieved their success all without any form of advertising. How is that possible? Because when you buy a pair of Toms, you're not just wearing shoes, are you? You're promoting a cause. You're participating in a movement. You're making a difference. Social entrepreneurship, combined with word-of-mouth marketing, has provided over 1 million pairs of shoes to those in need, and the process made founder Blake McCoskey a millionaire. So what is it? What is social entrepreneurship? Well, PBS did a whole series on this a number of years ago, and to quote from their website, the job of a social entrepreneur is to recognize what part of society is stuck and look for new ways to get it unstuck. We look for solutions. This is a major trend that's happening right now. Books are being written about it. This one here, How to Change the World, Social Entrepreneurs, and the Power of New Ideas. So what about this? What if the power of social entrepreneurship was used to combat the #1 humanitarian issue in the world today? Up to half of all childhood deaths are caused by malnutrition still. And according to the United Nations, 21,000 people die every day due to hunger and hunger-related causes. That's one person every 4 seconds. And most of those people are children. And it's not because there's not enough food in the world, there is. And it's not because we can't reach those people, we can. People from all over the world are able to connect and help each other in ways that were impossible before. And in fact, Tom's Shoes is just the beginning. Many companies are recognizing the power of this approach and starting to adopt the principles of social entrepreneurship into their revenue models. In fact, business colleges, universities all over the world are teaching courses on it. And all people from all walks of life are waking up to the potential to positively impact the world, striving for something more than just a paycheck. We want to make sure that what we do makes a difference today. I'd like you to meet Xango. Xango is a health and wellness company that reached over $1 billion in cumulative sales in just 5 years. Now, making the world a better place has been part of Xango's DNA from the very first day they launched the company. And in the last 11 years, they've donated over $40 million to children's charities around the world. And there's the picture of the, imagine what a smile like this can do in a child's life. Now, this is an ingenious meal replacement program designed specifically to help bring those out of the red zone of starvation who can no longer digest solid food due to poverty, famine, and other disasters. The meal packs contain the essential nutrients for a healthy diet and provide a nutritional supplement suitable for both children and adults. Now, each serving contains a high-calorie, vitamin-rich powder that becomes a porridge when water is added. You can see children eating their porridge here on the screen. And to guarantee that these meal packs arrive safely to those that need it most, they partnered with one of the most reputable charities they could find, AmeriCares. And since it was established in 1982, it has distributed more than $11 billion in humanitarian aid to 164 countries. And here are some of the projects AmeriCares and Xango have been involved in. Somalia, 34,000 pounds of nourishment were delivered there, enough to feed 13,000 severely malnourished refugees for a month. And in East Africa, in fact, America's medical director, Dr. Frank Baya, is quoted in this article, and he says, Xango meal packs are an effective way to give supplemental feeding to malnourished patients. And Afghanistan, and this quote from Dr. Mark Scottfield in this article, after providing meal packs to patients, our doctors and nurses began to report health improvements among patients of all ages. In the Philippines, we were there when they had their typhoon last October. And one of my favorite stories is this story from Ghana. Xango recently delivered 7,000 meal packs for an AmeriCares program targeting 1,800 orphans in the country. And this great quote from Mrs. Soy Chia, a young mother who recently gave birth, shared, I eat the Xango meal pack 4 times a day, which provides special vitamins while I'm nursing my baby. Isn't that cool? So Xango responds to global crisis with meal packs wherever they're needed. And by combining Xango's proven business model with AmeriCares, everyday people working together have already been able to provide more than 5 million meals to those in need and earn an income in the process. Yes, you can become a social entrepreneur through Xango. Just as they do with their health products, instead of paying advertisers, Xango rewards those who help spread the word with a percentage from each meal pack. Now, the cost for 40 meals is $120 delivered anywhere in the world as needed. And when you share this video with someone else and they join the cause, Xango will simply credit you with a referral fee. And when you tell just 3 or 4 people about the Meal Pack project, and they do the same, you've created a movement that grows by multiplication instead of addition. Now, let's say you create a network of 100 caring people who are providing 4,000 meals every single month. As a social entrepreneur, Xango will provide you with an additional income stream of around $1,000 per month. And if you're a really big thinker, of course, you could build a network of 1,000 or 10,000 like-minded people all looking to make a big difference in a world that needs it. Now, that's the power of a network, people working together to make a difference. What Xango and AmeriCares have done is they've created a system of giving with a fully functioning infrastructure already in place. This is not a one-time thing. This is ongoing and self-sustaining. And I'd like to invite our special guest on tonight, who definitely inspires me and has a great story to share about the meal pack. Are you there, Renee?
Thanks for having me on tonight, Art. This is very exciting. When I first heard about the idea of earning money and helping to fight world hunger, I'm going to be really honest with you, it felt a little uncomfortable to me. But I'd been using Xango's products for years, and I trusted the company because they've done so much work, as Art mentioned, over the years, philanthropic work, especially for children's charities. And I used to be a social worker in my past life, so that was a really big deal to me. But world hunger is a little bit different. It's such a massive problem. It's so big that it's really hard to feel like you can do anything. And I don't know if you're like me, but when I used to see those commercials that would come on about the starving children, my heart would just ache, but I wouldn't know what to do about it. I knew that if I donated, I wasn't 100% sure of where the money was going. I didn't know if the program was sustainable, but I didn't become passionate about it until a couple things happened in my life. But one day I was driving in the car with my infant daughter, and it was kind of a long drive, and she woke up before I thought that she was going to. She woke up in the car, and like all babies do, she started crying and crying to be fed. So I was only about 15 minutes away from where I could nurse her, but she didn't know that. And the need that she felt was so overwhelming, it was just heartbreaking. And then it kind of just hit me that there are parents out there who have children crying for food who can do nothing. So I believe that it really shouldn't matter where the meals are coming from. It should only matter that they get there. And AmeriCares makes sure that that happens. And the second thing that kind of hit me was exactly what Art has been talking about on this presentation. I started seeing social entrepreneurship, for-profit philanthropy all around me and everything. In fact, if you haven't seen it, there's an amazing TED Talk called The Way That We Think About Charity is Dead Wrong. And the man who gave this talk raised more money for AIDS and breast cancer faster than Hands Across America, Kiva, USA for Africa, Product Red, American Idol Gives Back combined, more than all those charities combined. And he did it by using a for-profit charity model partnered with a direct sales company. And I think it was more than $300 million in donations that they raised, which is huge. So it's kind of a hard concept to grasp when you first look at it. But the model works. It works, and it helps everyone involved. And that's why my family and I buy the meal pack every month.
Well, thanks a lot, Renee. That's fabulous, and I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your heart and your story. It's a wonderful thing that we can do when we can be involved in something that helps other people. I think there's something in us always that wants to be of service and make the world a better place. So thank you for that. And, the meal pack, each meal pack purchased makes a meaningful and lasting difference in the lives of others, as you can imagine from hearing from Renee, and it doesn't require a huge amount of time and money. That's what's great about this. All you do is share this revolutionary way of doing good with others. So what we're looking for are social entrepreneurs to join our team and help spread the word, and this is a way to reward ordinary people for making an extraordinary impact. And while 5 million meals is impressive, our goal is to provide 100 million meals in the next 3 to 5 years to those in need. Now, one person can make a difference, can't they? We've heard that tonight. And the question is, will it be you? So I hope it will. And I'm going to change the world, and this is my plan. I think as you get older in life, you realize that you want to make sure that you're making some sort of a contribution. We've reached a lot of our financial goals. We have a beautiful home in the country. We've paid off all of our debts. What can we do to make a difference? What can we do to help other people? What can we do to make a contribution? I think all of us want the world to be a better place. In order to do that, we have to take some sort of an action step. I'd like to thank you for coming on and having a look at our project. Hopefully you'll get involved and help us make a difference and hit those 100 million meals in the next 3 to 5 years. We can do it. Thank you, everybody.